Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Today, I want to talk about something that I think a lot of people love, including me. Ah, man, yeah, I love me some. Yeah, today I want to talk to you about money. And now that I've got your attention, yeah, today I'd like to talk about money and what money is. I didn't know, and like a lot of people, I think, don't really know what money is. So I went to Wikipedia just to check what is money. And Wikipedia just throws out these really nice terms. About what do they say here? They say money, main functions of money as distinguished as a medium of exchange, a unit of account, a store of value. I think I look at these terms and I think they are such really nice and cool terms, man. And wouldn't it be such a wonderful thing if this was something that we were taught at school? Because that's what came to my mind. Like grand. Why didn't we learn about this at school? This is actually something that we use every single day. Instead at school, when I look at my life, when I look at me, in high school, I learned what? What did I do? I did what? Geography. I did what? Biology. And like history. And yeah, man, I think these subjects are cool. I think for me personally, the most important thing is really the content that goes into a subject, especially when it comes to history. Because when you look at the stuff that we learned at high school about history, especially when it came to South African history, you know, but I'm not going to talk about that now because I'm talking about money. So I'm not using the stuff now because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I learned about these things and you were taught how to draw a frog and all that crap. And I'm like, today I'm not using the stuff. So, why weren't we taught about the things that really, really matter? Like money, the things something that we use on a daily basis and probably all our lives. So I don't know if that was deliberate or something that, was just not in the curriculum. So I think that it was important, and I think it still is important for everybody, including myself, to learn and know what money is. Because yes, man, you look and you read about the stats, the inequalities in our society. You look at, some of and you read about the lotto winners. They win millions of dollars of rands, and then the next thing the money is gone, and they blow it. People blow money, so you read every day about these people that had a windfall, that had money, and now all of a sudden they don't have money, unfortunately. So I think that it's really important for everybody to know and learn what money is. And I think when I think about it, like, really we need to educate ourselves about what money is and how to manage money, because I think money is a form of power. If I can just make an example, let's take a gun, because I think a gun is also like a form of power. So if you take that gun, which has a potential to kill and potential to protect, it's a form of power, and you give it to like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, man, what would they do with that thing? Because, that form of power in their hand is something very deadly. The person has not grown to a level to handle that form of power. They have not been taught or trained to handle that form of power. I think and I believe that money is the same thing. I think that we need to be trained and be taught about money and how to handle money and how to manage money. And I know that it becomes a very difficult thing for a lot of us, including myself, because you get like your income, and then at the end of the month, man, you kind of like look and say, what happened to all my money? I had this money come in and now everything is gone. I read a book which really, I think that is a really good foundation and a start to learn about money, by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And when I read the book, for me, man, it really made a lot of sense, that, you get the money that comes at the end of the month for those who have income and for those who have jobs, you get money that comes at the end of the month. and you've got your expenses, and then you look then how much has come in and how much is going out, and what is left. So what do I do with what is left? And depending on who you are and where you want to go in terms of your financial goals, because I think that all of us also, not all of us, I mean, it depends what you want to do with your life. Some of us do have financial goals. You have, like, say, in this amount of time or period, this is what I would like to achieve. Some of us, for example, have debt, that we got into, willingly, and sometimes kind of like stupidly, and we get into debt, and some of us say, I don't want this debt. The credit card debt for me is not good, so I need to remove or reduce this credit card debt. So that's a goal. And where do I start in actually doing that? So it's really simply about looking really at what comes in and what goes out. So that little thing that is left, you basically then say, what do I do with it? That comes to another form of goal setting. I want to invest. So now, what are the different types of investments do I look into or consider? And that again needs another form of education, to say, now I need to educate myself about the different types of investments, because I see a lot of people, that have a passion and a desire to invest. And the first thing that they do sometimes is call a financial planner to have them tell them about how and what they must invest in. I think and I believe that before one does that, they need to themselves, need to be educated, because a financial advisor will come and advise you and tell you these are the different options you can look at, including maybe your unit trusts, stocks, and all of those types of investments, and you maybe then, based on what they tell you, make a decision on what someone else told you. I think that you need to make a decision based on what you educated yourself on, the information that you got, and make a calculated decision based on that. So that's why I think financial literacy and self-education and education from those who know, it's so important for us. We need to learn about these things. There's an interest rate cut, I'm imagining it's to stimulate and boost the economy that is in a recession. But at the same time, this is also like a time for us to kind of like sit and say, what does this mean? Do I take this advantage to reduce my debt so that I can do better and more, constructive things with my money? And I'm saying all of this, and what is coming at the back of my mind is like, some of the people will, some of the people, or some of us will not even have the money to invest, the money to do anything with. It's just a terrible time. But for those that do have some form of income, some form of money coming in, let's educate ourselves about money. There's just a lot of aspects and angles to look at when it comes to personal finance and money. But I think this is just the basics of money, just to say, let's educate ourselves about money. Let's know what money is and how money works and how to manage money. Because if we don't, we're going to be reckless, we're just going to, like those lotto winners, blow the money. So I think, and I guess that's the whole purpose of my video today, is really just to say that, let's educate ourselves. Let's not rely on people who are supposed to be professionals and experts at things to tell us what to do with our own money. You can get advice from those experts, but let the advice come in when you yourself have actually gone through the process of self-education to know what it is that you're doing when you do what you're doing with your money. So I guess that's the purpose of my video, is to actually kind of like send a shout out to everyone to say, and just basically encourage everyone, let's educate ourselves about money. Let's not rely totally on what someone else tells us and what to do and how to invest or work with our money. Let's stop this thing of outsourcing knowledge. Let's stop this thing of outsourcing efforts to someone else, because that will come at a very high cost. I can give you a typical example. When you, for example, want to invest in property, for example, I mean, this thing has like different types of variables, plus minus 27 different types of variables. So how do I even begin to say I want to invest in property when I have not even gone and really learned about this type of investment vehicle? I need to self-educate. I need to go out and do courses if I can. I need to go and look up information either on the internet, read books, and really kind of like educate myself from those who have actually done stuff and actually, have the experience more than the expertise. Because I think for me, that's the experience that really matters. Someone that has gone and done this and gotten the results and then say, this is what I've done and this is what I think this can help you. So let's really, really self-educate. I'm just encouraging everybody to do that. And with what we face with currently globally and as a country, I think that it's going to be very, very critical for everyone, to know and get this information about handling our finances. Especially for those who do have finances. For those who don't have finances at the moment, I think it is really a time for us to kind of say, how do I get money legally? Robert Kiyosaki says, it's when he can't afford something, he says, it's not about I cannot afford this thing. It's about how can I afford this. And I think that's an amazing mindset. Because it takes you out of that impossible task. It takes you into a task, a space of possibilities, and it stretches your mind to say, where are the possibilities? How can I afford this? So now I do not have the money. So how do I get the money, or how can I enable or create an environment or empower myself to actually get the money, or actually get and do what I want to do? I think that's the mindset. Legally, nothing illegal. So that's the whole purpose of the video. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Let's me and you educate and get informed, about money. Thank you.